But she's from Nicaragua, thought you was Persian love. Are we turning up, or are we wasting time? Girl, don't waste my time.
YouTube, hi Smurders, I'm back here in another video. So today's video, as you can see by the subtitle, your girl will be doing a pep talk video. So hopefully y'all can hear me clearly within like my computer. I'm going to do a pep talk series, at least like it's something that I have knowledge in that you can take and use, or you might just want to listen to me, you know, give advice. Today's advice will be 15 ways you know you're dealing with a narcissist. So basically, I have people that give me things they want me to talk about. Comment down below what y'all will want me to talk about, or like if you got any of my social medias, DM me and give me like topics or things you want me to talk about. I might give good advice on. For example, say if you got a situation going on and you want it to be private, you don't want nobody to know who you are, just send me like exactly what you want me to give advice on. So me, I'm not judgmental. I'm just the type to really like just listen and actually try to give the best advice I can. First thing I would say about a narcissist is that they're self-centered, love this image of perfection. They're about their own needs. They don't look for anybody else's opinion. They're stuck on their own opinion, their own way of thinking, and just everything. It takes a minute to detect because they are very humble and have this humble demeanor. So now I'm seeing like they tend to be real down to earth, like they're real calm, real quiet, not really too much talkative. There's some narcissists that do talk a lot, but not some narcissists just like real quiet as a mouse. 3, they manipulative, not open-minded, like I said, stuck on their own opinions, like to be in control of things. That's the main thing about the narcissist. Have to be in control of things, and if they're not in control of something, they're going to make a way for them to be in control of something, no matter what the situation is and how the situation is going, whether it turns out negative or positive. They don't care. As long as they are in control, they're going to be in control. So 4, they like to gaslight you. They like to ignore your opinion. So that is a major red flag. Like gaslighting is meaning like they giving you when they don't really give you the full expected. Like they short you with things, we like putting a full rundown down. They just giving what they want to give. Basically bare minimum. That's what I would describe it as. It might not be as that, but that's how I look at it. 5, they most likely to cheat and show true colors. Yes, I feel like narcissists are like that, and some are just overly protective, and some do tend to cheat. And eventually they will show their true colors, where they tend to get into the mode of trying to be in control, more aggressive, more like self-centered. So 6, this is basically all the same things I just said, because I'm writing down stuff by number, but that doesn't mean that's exactly what's going to happen by number. But these are things that I am aware of, that I have wrote down. They belittle people, put them down, ignore things. That's exactly what I just said. 7, they passive aggressive, tell you everything is fine, then do things to hurt you. Yes, narcissists is very hard to detect. They appear so calm, become passive aggressive, and then they tell you everything is okay. Say if y'all have an argument or something like that, they will tell you afterwards that you trying to explain your thoughts. They ignore it, tell you it's okay, everything is fine, even though you just explained your feelings, and they just try to shake it off. Like they tell you like it's okay, everything's fine, just trying to gaslight you and shake it off, and then tell you everything's fine, and then do something to hurt you. It doesn't exactly mean cheat, but they could actually like say negative things to you to try to belittle you, you know, put you down in any kind of way possible for them to be in control and feel better about themselves because they are insecure within. 8, they appear nice, but you seem to feel something ain't right about them. Yes, they appear so calm with this calm demeanor, and it's just like they seem a little too perfect, and then down the line they start to show that passive aggressiveness, and they start to show the real them, because they try to cover it up, and then it's just like, you know, this person's a little too perfect for me, so like what is it, you know what I'm saying? So then they tend to show that passive aggressiveness, and that's when they start to kick in. 9, so yeah, let's go back to number 8. Always look for red flags and green flags for somebody. every little thing that somebody do doesn't mean that that's exactly right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. You gotta be aware that the small things that lead up to the big things. You can't overthink the smallest thing all the time. I mean, it's normal for human beings to overthink and think of small things and turn into big things. You gotta be aware every small thing is not the most negative. So yeah, like they appear too nice. Like when somebody's a little too nice, a little too perfect, you gotta be aware that it's okay for individuals to have some type of, not perfect, but natural being mindset where it's like they more mature and more aware of things, and they have a positive mindset, and they actually know how to communicate. They know how to do a whole lot of things. Okay for human beings to be like that, but sometimes it is kind of a red flag for somebody to actually be a little too perfect. What I mean a little too perfect, where it's never nothing wrong with them, it's never something. So for example, like if y'all have a disagreement and they shake it off and try not to communicate about it, like basically, you know, talk it out or whatever with you, that's the red flag. So you got to be aware that some people might ignore it because of trauma. Be aware that like trauma, things that they have dealt with, but at the same time, it's like some people got to grow out of that phase, that they got to stop ignoring other individuals and actually communicate. Sometimes it could be another case within somebody ignoring what you actually living out. So you got to be aware of that. Number 9, like a certain appearance of perfectionist. Like they give up this mask. Like they tend to basically be perfected by everything. Like they tend to be around other individuals and have this perfect scenery. Like everybody think like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with this individual. They perfectly fine. They perfectly like just all of that. 10, they say the nicest thing, then do the opposite. You don't know what to believe. You are utterly confused. They tend to try to sweeten in and gaslight. So then it's a little confusion. Like, dang, I don't know what to believe because this person is passive aggressive towards me and then gaslight me and then mix it with a little not gaslight. Like it's confusing. Basically, they play mind games. So you got to be aware of that. They get mad and then they try to belittle you. So you kind of confused. Like, where do we stand? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're supposed to be together. Are we supposed to, you know? 11, you will never win an argument with a narcissist. I don't care what nobody say. If you're dealing with a narcissist, you're not gonna win an argument with them. They're gonna always think they right, always gonna try to prove their point, always do something to make sure they prove their point, no matter what it is or how much it would take. Might not prove their point right then and there that day. I'm gonna tell you that 2 days later they might try to prove their point. You know what I'm saying? They might not be able to prove their point that day beyond, but they're gonna prove their point in control. 12, you feel the need to convince them in order to validate your own feelings. Yes, like that's what, okay, we're gonna try to combine that to number 11. Okay, so you know how I was saying you will never win an argument and you feel the need to convince them in order to validate your own feelings. Say if y'all arguing, right? It's the argument. They ignoring what you're saying. They seem like they just don't care. So then you getting very emotional, you know, just losing yourself. Like you feel like you losing yourself, but then you trying to communicate to them. Finally break down, actually try to communicate, convince your own feelings, but you're not getting any feelings out of them. Like they not emotionally connected. They not actually talking. I don't really have, okay, let me calm down and actually communicate heart to heart. That's not what they be on. See, every time, every incident, when they feel like they're in control, that you will have to break down your feelings and let them know. You know what I'm saying? For example, you know, when somebody's acting toxic and manipulative towards you, you end up having to break down a little bit, like, and actually try to get your feelings out of how you feel, because, you know, narcissists, they tend to try to press your button so much, press it until you can't take it no more. Like 13, you will hear even more toxic, hurtful lies and distractions about you. Yes. For example, narcissists, like, they like to think of things. Like, they tend to make up stories in their head and they tend to try to give them off to you. Of you cheating, for example, they'll try to give you off them lies and about yourself and make sceneries and then try to put it on you and then try to start arguments and try to be in control, or they just be trying to be controlling. Just like to just belittle you, basically, like throw shots at you, be including other individuals, or they might just be insecure in telling things how they see it in their perspective of like, you doing this and just everything. Like, They might turn around and try to spread things about you too. I'm not gonna lie. 14, use past things you said against you in the future. Sometimes some narcissists, they listen to exactly everything you say, even though it seems like you getting ignored. They listen to everything you say, and then they tend to use it when y'all get into it again. Say if you trying to express your emotions and everything, it could be a whole brand new situation. They are going to bring it up no matter what. So you'll be like, da 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 da, this and that, da 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 da. They're gonna be like, okay, and what about this? And you're gonna be like, what they got to do with this? But they're like, the point is, you know what I'm saying, just trying to be in control and trying to make it seem like, say if you did something wrong, they would try to use it against you even when they're wrong. Everybody ain't perfect. Say if you make a mistake, they would try to use your mistake, their mistake against you. Regardless, if you right or wrong, they right or wrong, it don't matter. They gonna use it against you. Oh my god, this lash glue's in my lash, so don't mind my lash. Know how to get you upset, treat you with lack of respect till you explode to seem like you're crazy. Yes, like I have seen it a lot where narcissists tend to press and press and press your buttons till you can't take it no more. Rather you coming off to them with the most respectful demeanor, tend to actually like press your buttons until you can't be respectful no more. Like you could try to be as much as possible respectful and try to be calm, and to like find some type of way to get under your skin, actually make you go off and make you act certain ways. Narcissists tend to have an effect on certain individuals that I have seen where like they have some type of mind control, where somebody's so far in to where the narcissists make it seem like they're crazy in front of everybody, in front of people and everything, but they don't, like I said, they have that perfect image. Of course, it's going to be hard for people to know exactly what that person is on, because that person has a perfect image and they're a narcissist and they like to make other people seem crazy. I'm not saying everything said is 100% right, but that's how I see narcissism. And I'm not saying that everybody has dealt with a narcissist, but like some things is different. You might see somebody doing this and you might see it a certain way, but have some type of way deep down inside where it triggers them to come off that way, but it actually is not that way. People show different things different ways, so you can't really pinpoint what it is and what it ain't unless it clearly gives that. Yeah, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Hopefully I enjoyed this. Oh my god, what was that? But yeah, hopefully I enjoyed this video. And yeah, so go check out my recent video that I had posted, and hopefully I enjoyed this and enjoyed the other video before that, the video before that, the video before that. So yeah.